days. And now in 3 days next month. Yep, it ends in 3 days. It opts to finish third position or higher. You have to be Lando Norris. So it says the optus says you got to finish third or higher, so you have to be Lando Norris. That means in the McLaren. So let's get started. And then we'll show you the highlights very soon. Here we go. There we go. Let's get started. Good luck, Lando. Wait for a moment. Lights get ready to go in. As we are now behind Charles Leclerc on the descent into Mears. And here we come on Charles Leclerc. And a little bit of tap in the back off Charles Leclerc. Leclerc will stay ahead of us. To the bus stop chicane right there where Leclerc's spot. Ain't too much good. Getting closer indeed. But you have to go and start again, right? And Leclerc, wow, Leclerc starting to drop. And it might be, as we have a little tap, it will be the first flashback. Alright, we have one flashback. Alright, one flashback into the back of Charles Leclerc. Looks like Leclerc trying to go to the inside on his teammate, and Leclerc stay ahead of us. And 1:31.4 for Max Verstappen with fast lap of the Grand Prix. And we saw 15 laps to the end of the Imola Grand Prix. We can go ahead and use overtake. And Leclerc go to the inside on his teammate, and now Leclerc getting the job done up into P4. Fernando Alonso's got some issues, and here we come to the inside on Carlos Sainz as we got the job done and up into P5. And Leclerc trying to go protect the inside as we come into the inside, and we got the job done, and now we're up into P3 and we're now. And we got Leclerc, we got the job done, now we're up into P4.
Situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got.
Yeah, but they're not ready for the slicks just yet, so unless the DRS is enabled. And here we come now on Daniel Ricciardo for third place. And a little bit wide right as we move into the bus stop chicane. Closer now on Daniel Ricciardo, but there is no DRS through the wet track conditions. And looks like Ricciardo getting closer indeed. And here we come now on Daniel Ricciardo, on our teammate. Fastest again in sector 3 than anybody with 14 laps remaining of in the Imola Grand Prix on the inside, and we got the jump down and pass our teammate Daniel Ricciardo into P3. Yellow flag. We got a yellow flag. Yellow flag waving behind us, and it's Fernando Alonso out of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso out of the Grand Prix as we go down to the outside on Sergio Perez, and we now got the jump done and up, and now we're up into P2. With 1.6 the gap to Max Verstappen ahead in P1. Catch up to the defending Formula 1 champion Max Verstappen. into the DRS range on Verstappen, but there's no DRS to the right transitions. There we go. Fastest sector 2 than anybody as we move into the bus stop chicanes. Here we are now in the DRS range. As we move now, coming 2 more turns left to go. So, 17 and 18, a little bit of tap at the back of Max Verstappen. So we are getting closer into turn 19 and we set fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:29.7. Under 15 laps to the end now. Under 14 laps remaining now. We're 13 laps to the end of the BMW Dragons Grand Prix. And we got the Max Verstappen to the inside, now we're up into P1. And we got the defending Formula 1 champion into P1. And DRS is now enabled. DRS is now enabled. We got DRS is now enabled. And 2.0 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. So the rain might hopefully stop. And we go fastest again, sector 2 than anybody. Coming into the bus stop chicane.
Check your lefty for a new.
And they do have change strategy, so we can.
Copy that.
And we'll come in at the end of lap 4, and the F1 Insights powered by AWS says that the pit window is open. And we now have to come into the pits with a set of medium tires, and we go right into the slicks. And make sure you watch the 80 so you don't get a 5-second penalty as Max Verstappen stays out on the set of intermediates. As we now come in onto the slicks, onto the set of mediums. And George Russell into the pits, so does Valtteri Bottas comes in the pits. Yuki stays out, so and we're back all the way down to P11 behind Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton hasn't made a stop yet. We go behind Nicholas Latifi and Joe Guan Yu.
Last stop, no more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
And we can finish the race on the compound. We go behind Joe Guan Yu. As we are now on the set of medium tires, now we can finish the race on the compound. No more central pit stops. We got to finish the race on the compound. 1.9 the gap to Joe Guan Yu ahead in P12. 1.2 the gap to Joe Guan Yu ahead in P12. And here we come now on Joe Guan Yu. But he hasn't made a pit stop onto the set of inters. We go fastest again, sector 2 than anybody as we go to the inside of Joe Guan Yu at the bus stop chicane. We got the job done, and now we're up into P12. Yep, we're up as Daniel Ricciardo is in the pits. Daniel Ricciardo in for his stop. As we move now to turn 16-17, coming to the outside on Nicholas Latifi, and as he comes in for his stop, DRS open as we go fastest again, sector 3 than anybody. As we go past Perez now, we're moved up, back up into P3. Now the next little chicane. 12.2 the gap as we go fastest again in the first sector than anybody. Fastest in the first sector than anybody. 11.7 the gap to Charles Leclerc behind it. P2 ahead in P2.
The car behind's just boxed for mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre now.
And that's Sergio Perez behind on the set of medium tires. 10.6 the gap to Leclerc ahead in P2. We go fastest again, sector 2 than anybody as we move into the bus stop chicane. 10.0 the gap to Charles Leclerc ahead in P2. Verstappen in for his stop. 16, now 17, 19. And Charles Leclerc in for his stop as we come to turn 19. We set another fastest lap for the Grand Prix, 1:22.5. We're under 11 laps remaining now. We are 6 to 10 laps to the end of the Imola Grand Prix. 11 laps, and we are 10 laps to the end now. Medium tires will come on for Verstappen and Leclerc. With 15.4 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. To go. 16.8 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. Fastest again, sector 2 than anybody as we move into the bus stop chicane. 17.1 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. As we move, come into the turn into turn 17 and now into turn 18. Now to turn 19 across the finish line, 9 laps remaining, and we set another fast lap of the Grand Prix, 1:22.4, with 9 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. Coming to the next, after turn 1, turn 2, now let's go. With 18.8 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. We go personal best in the first sector. Lap 8 is 16. So we're on lap 8 is 16 now. With 9 laps remaining. So we're 9 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. Right here, 20.4 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. We got personal best now, sector 2 into the bus stop chicane. We come down the bus stop chicane with 20.8 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. Coming now to turn 17. Now into turn 18. 21.1 now the gap. Coming to the last turn of turn 19, and we set another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 1:21.8. With 8 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. Sometimes you could go around again, so but I won't go around again. I'll just do it just one time, see? One time. There we go. Fastest again in the first sector than anybody. 22.8 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. .4 the gap to Verstappen behind P2.
5.9 seconds.
So at 24.2 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. As we move into the bus stop chicane. 24.8 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. And now the turn 17. And now coming the last turn of turn 18. 25.3 the gap as we head to turn 17 as we cross the stop finish line with 7 laps remaining. And we're 7 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. 25.1 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. 26.9 now the gap. What? 27.0 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. 27.1 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. So 27.7 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. There we go. Fastest again, sector 2 than anybody as we move into the bus stop chicane. So we went fastest again. We go fastest again, sector 2 than anybody. Move now into turn 17. Coming to turn 18. And now the last turn of turn 19 round of 3 hours range across the stop finish line. We are 6 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. 6 laps remaining. Seems like that. Good job for you, taking use more power. .31.6 now the gap. We got 31.7 now the gap to Verstappen behind P2. .2.0 the gap to Verstappen behind P2. As we come now into the bus stop chicane. With 33.0 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. As we move now into turn 17. And now coming to turn 18. Into the final turn of turn 19 across the stop finish line with 5 laps to the end of the Imola Grand Prix. Alright, we have 5 laps to the end. There you go. With 34.5 the gap to Verstappen behind in P2. We got personal best again in the first sector. So 35.8 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. With 36.2 the gap to Verstappen behind P2.
Just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
With 5 laps of fuel left as we head to the bus stop chicane. As we move slowly into turn 17. Now coming to turn 18. We come to turn 18 and now the last turn at turn 19 as we cross the stop finish line with 4 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. How many guys we got? With 38.9 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. As we go fastest again in the first sector than anybody. 39.9 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. .2 now the gap to Verstappen behind P2. Little taps and little curves. And personal best now in sector 2 as we head into the bus stop chicane. George Russell now up into P4. .17 and 18. And now the final turn of turn 19 across the stop finish line with 3 laps to the end of the Imola Grand Prix. So we're 3 laps to the end of the Imola Grand Prix. 43.2 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. And personal best in the first sector. 44.3 the gap, 44.5 now the gap to Verstappen behind P2. We got a blue flag coming up on Mick Schumacher. There we go, pass him to the outside and we'll put him a lap down. With personal best again in sector 2 as we head into the bus stop chicane. We'll attach the little chicane. 45.5 the gap to Verstappen behind V2.
Right, we've got enough fuel.
16 and now 17. 17 and 18 and now turn 19. We're going to get another blue flag as across the stop finish line with 2 laps remaining of the Imola Grand Prix. To the next green zone. Here we go. Blue flag now on Joe Guan Yu. And we go past him to the outside. We'll put him a lap down. Here we come on Nicholas Latifi. And we go right a little bit deep. Past him to the outside and we'll put him a lap down. So with 48.5 the gap to Max Verstappen behind P2. Here we go, blue flag now on Lance Stroll. As we move into the bus stop chicane, 6. A little sideways. As we go past Lance Stroll to the inside, and we'll put him a lap down. Now 18. Now the final turn to turn 19 across the stop finish line and on the final lap of the race. We're on the final lap of the race here at the Imola Grand Prix. With 50.1 to 51.1 now the gap to Verstappen behind P2. 1.1 now the gap. I'm going to stay here. 51.2 the gap. And we get a first warning for corner cutting. If we're on the final lap of the race, next mark 52.1 the gap to Verstappen behind V2. We're going to sound peaks out with the glass 6, turn 17 down to turn 18. As we see the checker flag of the final turn of turn 19 and see the checker flag across the start finish line, and we win the Imola Grand Prix. We are the driver of the day, which is Landon Norris, which is me. And the driver of the day, here's David Croft.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving that they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
Champagne spray gets underway. got passed.